Today I'm taking you to Saudi Arabia to tell you about one of the most impressive buildings on the planet, the Abraj Al Bayt Towers. Known as the Mecca Royal Clock Tower in reference to its gigantic clock, this huge tower dominates the city of Mecca from the top of its 601 meters. With such a height, it joins the very select club of megatall skyscrapers, meaning those whose height exceeds 600 meters, and is now ranked 4th behind the Burj Khalifa, Merdeka PNB 118, and the Shanghai Tower. In addition to being the centerpiece of this massive residential and hotel complex, the Mecca Royal Clock Tower is located just 50 meters from Islam's holiest site, Kaaba, itself surrounded by Al-Haram, the world's largest mosque, seating up to 900,000 people. With the Muslim population growing steadily and access to tourism becoming more and more accessible, the number of Muslims making the pilgrimage to Mecca continues to rise. The city now welcomes over 10 million visitors every year. And it was in response to this massive influx that the Saudi government decided in the early 2000s to rethink Mecca's urban planning. The government built a large number of hotels and highways to provide pilgrims with access and accommodation. Although it represents only a small part of the project, the Royal Clock Tower remains the centerpiece of the complex, as it fulfills the wish of the former king of Saudi Arabia, Abdullah bin Abdelaziz Al Saud, to transform and improve Mecca's urban landscape. And this wish was fulfilled to perfection by Sharon Partners, the architectural firm who created the Royal Clock Tower, because it fits in perfectly with the Islamic architectural style. The general appearance of the building and some of its moldings are reminiscent of the famous British monument Big Ben, from which it draws much of its inspiration. The resemblance is all the more striking when you consider the 4 huge clocks that adorn the building. These clocks are also the largest in the world. The figures literally make you dizzy. Each dial measures 40 meters in diameter, 7 times larger than Big Ben's. These extraordinary dimensions enable it to tell the time within a radius of 11 kilometers during the day and up to 17 kilometers at night. What's more, the minute hand measures 22 meters in length, the equivalent of half a wind turbine blade. This impressive size meant that it had to be guided on a circular rail to prevent the hand from damaging the dial in the event of oscillation caused by high-altitude winds. Finally, the center of the dial is 425 meters above the ground, making it the highest clock in the world, and for the record, known that the developer requested that the clock be guaranteed for 500 years. In addition to its remarkable height, the building has a truly impressive volume. The Abraj Al Bayt complex features the largest floor space of any skyscraper, with 7 towers accommodating up to 65,000 people. These towers, which stand alongside the clock, measures between 230 meters and 280 meters in height, and form a set of giant buildings with an impactful and extremely imposing visual identity. Just like the Eiffel Tower, managed by the city of Paris, the Mecca Royal Clock Tower remains under the management of the Saudi government, which considers it to be a tourist monument. The entire complex contained several hotels, a shopping mall, numerous housing units, and a considerable number of prayer halls, the largest of which can accommodate over 10,000 people. Designed to indicate the time of prayer to as many people as possible, the clock tower is equipped with powerful loudspeakers able to broadcast the call up to 7 kilometers away. Since 2019, these giant clocks have also been home to the Clock Tower Museum, an astronomy museum with an observation deck. At an altitude of 393 meters, it offers breathtaking views of the city of Mecca and attracts some 1,200 visitors a day. But the tower also includes a private observatory just below the giant Golden Crescent at 558 meters above ground, 3 meters above the Burj Khalifa platform. Construction of the complex began in 2004 and was led by Saudi Bin Laden Group, the country's largest builder. The same group is also responsible for the construction of the Jeddah Tower, the first skyscraper to exceed the symbolic height of 1 kilometer. With its enormous footprint, the construction of the Abraj al-Bayt complex required the razing of the hill on which a former Ottoman fortress once stood, triggering fierce controversy. Its price tag has also caused controversy, costing around $15 billion, which makes it the most expensive skyscraper complex in history, ahead of Singapore's Marina Bay, which cost $5 billion. For the record, the world's most expensive building is just across the street. It is the Grand Mosque of Mecca, which to date has cost nearly $100 billion. A modern symbol of Islam, the Abraj al-Bayt complex is also, like the Jeddah Tower, a true showcase of Saudi Arabia's financial power. With its imposing architecture and heights, the Royal Clock Tower offers a breathtaking view both from the ground and from around Mecca. Like a guardian of the Grand Mosque, it not only meets a strong tourist need, but also creates a strong landscape identity for the city, testifying to its growing influence and attractiveness to the world. Alright, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and would like to support me, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Thank you very much for watching.